even in Minnesota, the Hmong community has changed a lot, especially with the new refugees arriving. So we have outdated data. And of course, the census is only done every 10 years. But that being said, let's move now into the Hmong population in the U.S. As I mentioned earlier, the U.S. Census counted 186,000 Hmong in the 2000 census. Usually, again, the Hmong community organizations would estimate as much as 275,000 Hmong in the U.S. If we were to look at the top 10 states by Hmong population in the census, of course, California by far was still number one in 2000. And then Minnesota, number two, and then Wisconsin, number three. And those were the top three states also in 1990. Minnesota and Wisconsin have been catching up on California, however, in terms of a larger percent increase in population. Over the 1990s, North Carolina moved ahead of Michigan. There was a lot of growth in the Hmong population in North Carolina over the 90s. So North Carolina has the fourth largest Hmong population, and then Michigan was fifth. And the bottom half of the top 10 of states of Hmong populations in the U.S., Colorado, Oregon, Georgia, the state of Washington, and Massachusetts. And actually Rhode Island is just probably a couple hundred below Massachusetts. One other thing that it's important to point out is that there have been some significant trends in secondary migration that we are aware of in the U.S. since the 2000 census. And quite a few Hmong have moved down to Arkansas and southwest Missouri, and to a lesser extent northeast Oklahoma. And a lot of them have gotten into the chicken farming industry. So there could be at least a couple thousand people down in Arkansas and maybe 1,000 in Missouri. I'm not sure what the number would be in Oklahoma, but I believe it's smaller. So these are, these numbers in the states in that part of the country are not reflected in that 2000 census data. We do not have good counts of the people down there. We just have estimates from community leaders in those areas. So that's all occurred in the last 5 or 6 years, Hmong moving to Arkansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma. Let's get now to or talk about the Hmong